Hey guys, Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, back today with a new review. And today we're going to review actually 3 separate items that come together for all one diorama, and it's all from Rebor. It is the Acrocanthosaurus, the Tenontosaurus, and the Cerberus Clan of Deinonychus. They don't stand too well unless you pull out their little arms here. There we go. Yeah, we'll just leave him like that. So anyway, this is a group that you can buy from Rebor. Like I said, each one is a separate item. They each come with their individual bases, but as you can see looking at the bases, all the bases are the same style, so they all kind of match up for one diorama. If you want the diorama to look like, I'd imagine the goal here is that the Acrocanthosaurus here is enjoying his Tenontosaurus meal, and the Cerberus Clan of Deinonychus just happened to come along, and clearly they want some of it, and yeah, they're trying to get a piece. Or it could be vice versa. Maybe they took down the Tenontosaurus, and now the Acrocanthosaurus has just stumbled upon it, and he wants the meal as opposed to the Deinonychus. I am not 100% sure exactly what the story is that they're trying to tell. It could go either way with those two. Heck, it could be even that this dinosaur was already dead, and both have stumbled upon it, and both want a meal, and they're both scavenging today. I have no idea. But regardless, I think that this was a very cool idea on Rebor's part. You don't see too many companies do this. In fact, I think Rebor is the only one that I can think of off the top of my head that has done something like this. But a lot of the companies don't really release bases with their items either, so I guess maybe you can't really put too many dioramas together, at least with the way they release them. Regardless, Rebor has done it here, and I think it looks absolutely awesome. It makes for such a cool scene, and if I had more room to put my dinosaurs out where I had less dinosaurs, I would definitely have this up as a diorama all the time, because I think it looks super neat the way it is. And well, I guess let's just take a closer look. If you look here, get a shot from above, you can see it's kind of like a dry sand bed, maybe like a desert terrain. I don't know exactly what this style base would be considered, but I guess that's where they are. As you can see, each one, like I said, comes with its own individual base. Each one of the Deinonychus does, as well as the Acrocanthosaurus and the Tenontosaurus. And the thing about the Tenontosaurus actually is that his base comes in pieces, so you have to take the pieces apart, and it comes in 4 pieces. You can see it splits in 4 different spots, and that's how you put it together, just like this. I don't know exactly. I didn't really spend enough time to really notice if these bases all connect together with this one. I don't think they do, but they may. I just haven't really looked too far into it as far as connecting them. Let's take a closer look at the actual dinosaurs. Starting with the Acro, as you can see, they did a great job on this. I really like the look of this dinosaur. He's very stocky, very big and bulky. Just looks like a very large animal. They've done some fantastic sculpt work on this. The head looks phenomenal. Very small scales. Everything has been beautifully sculpted as far as I can tell. The nostrils look great. The eyes are very dark, mischievous to me. Makes him have a very evil appearance, in my opinion. They've done, it's just basically a black eye with, I can't really tell if it's a white or a yellowish spot in there for the pupil, but it looks pretty neat. Definitely different. At least they're trying to be original. Beautiful job with the sculpt the whole way down. Nice skin folds here and there in the body. The arms have been sculpted nicely. One thing that they did that I do love about this dinosaur, get a shot of the foot here and the hand, you can see that they've, and I've mentioned this in previous videos like with the Vitae, they've actually painted the toenails and the fingernails different shades, which, you know, most animals have, and I think that makes it look really cool. Gives it a much more realistic look. There is a gloss finish over the claws. I can't really tell if there's I guess there's a gloss on the eye. Actually, looking at the eye now, I think it's a gold eye, which I'm not a big fan of gold eyes, but because this is so small, you can really see it shines, it sticks out. But it does look a little glossy, so that also helps with the realism look of it. Beautiful, beautiful detailing. The foot looks absolutely awesome. Nice muscle tone here in the leg, all the way up. Looks like a very strong animal. They've done absolutely gorgeous sculpt work all over this dinosaur. Even on the underside of the neck, just look at those skin folds there. That looks so good. The paint job, I think, is very, very nicely done. Probably one of my favorite paint jobs in the Rebor series, as far as I'm concerned. Get a shot at the other side here. Also looks absolutely beautiful on both sides. Very, very realistic to me. I don't know, as far as scientific accuracy, just how accurate this dinosaur is, as this one and the Papo one are completely different with the way they appear to me. But I think that this one is very, very nice. I'm not sure which one I would prefer, this or the Papo, but I think they're both individually awesome. Both look fantastic. As you can see, the has an articulated jaw. Nicely done detail on the inside of the mouth. It's been beautifully painted. Very, very nice detail, especially right there on the inside of the mouth. Looks so good. Has a gloss finish over it, so it looks very alive. The teeth, although they're not like the Rebor Raptors that they've released. Obviously this was released before those, but the Rebor Raptors, I think they did such a fantastic job on the teeth. The teeth looked really, really real with the way they were colored. They were kind of translucent. These ones are not like that, unfortunately. They're just white, but they're all individually sculpted. They do look really nice. I think it would have looked better with the other type of material and paint that they used for the Raptors, but it still does look very, very nice. So yeah, I mean, overall, the Acrocanthosaurus, you can't go wrong with it. It looks beautiful, and it's a nice big dinosaur, a very nice size. Even the undersides of the feet sculpted really nicely and painted really, really nicely. Let's take a look at the Tenontosaurus now. As you can see, unfortunately, this one is nothing more than a corpse. It is beyond deceased. As you can see, they've done a great job with the gore, I guess you could say. The insides of the dinosaur has a very, very nice gloss look to it. It looks super, super real to me. Its neck has been ripped open back here on the back as well. The detailing of the actual dinosaur is very nicely done. I almost wish they would have released a regular living version of this, because it does look so nice. It would look very cool if they made just the actual regular model of this. But the paint job itself is, of the dinosaur is pretty plain but very realistic coloring to me. It's nothing flashy. Almost resembles what I would consider a Papo-ish color, because they would go for these darker, more realistic type color schemes. But like I said, it looks very, very real. It almost looks like it could just be a deceased dinosaur. They did a fantastic job on this. That's just the upper part. Comes with a lower half as well. As you can see, again, the gore or insides or whatever you want to call it. Very nicely done. Looks super, super realistic. Beautiful gloss over the whole thing. Gives it such a alive look to it. Absolutely disturbing. It even has the intestines hanging out here on the underside. They're also colored very well. They look very real to me. A gloss finish on those as well. And the detail is very nicely done. They've added in some scratches here that occurred during the fight. Actually, it leads me to believe that maybe the Deinonychus are at fault here for this dinosaur actually being deceased, because they kind of resemble small claw slashes maybe from the Deinonychus, which I didn't really take into consideration. Maybe these here are tear wounds from the dinosaurs tearing them apart. But then again, you got to think that this top being completely torn off, I mean, it isn't two. I don't think Deinonychus could have done that. So maybe it was the Acro. Who knows? It's a big mystery. We'll never know. Like I said, though, beautiful coloration the whole way down. He's been chewed up pretty much everywhere. He's got little cuts and scrapes and and rips and tears all over the place. Feet have been sculpted out nicely. This is a very, very good job that they've done on this. Nice realistic paint scheme. The underside is very flat. As you can see, it's nice and bulked out, but because it's laying down, it's been flattened down here. You can get another shot of the intestines on the other side. See how disturbingly awesome they look. Paint on the other side is also nicely done. Not as nicely done as the other side to me because, I mean, like I said, it's flat on this side, so it lays nice, but it still does look very, very good. Looking at the Deinonychus now, as you can see, these things are also really, really nicely done. They're nice and small. They are very highly, highly detailed. The feathering all over looks so super nice on these guys. They did such a good job on the feathering of them, especially considering their size. I think the feet are colored a very realistic color, type of color that I would get the feeling of would be on the legs of maybe a bird, like an emu or something, or an ostrich type foot that you would find coming out from the feathers of a big modern day bird. So that was very cool coloration that they've done there. I like the stripes on the back of this one. Each one of these raptors is actually colored a different color. As you can see, there are two that are painted in a similar fashion, but they're not exactly the same. One is a darker gray, one is a lighter gray, one has white spots, stripes, one has blackish stripes. So they're definitely similar, but not exactly the same. Obviously this one's got a black stripe kind of running the side of the head here next to the white underside. This one's got a white and a black stripe. So they've done some very unique differences and some very small subtle changes in coloration to make these two differ from each other. And then they have a brown version as well, which I think looks very cool. He's got the gray arms like the other ones, but a brown body, which is pretty neat. They all, again, all look very, very nice, and they're all a very movable type of material, almost like a rubber. It's like, I'm not really sure what you would term this, but you can actually bend the tail up or down. The arms are movable. The jaw is articulated. You can't open it too super far, but far enough. I mean, they are small dinosaurs. The teeth on the inside of the mouth have been colored and painted and sculpted very, very nicely done. They look similar, in my opinion, to the Compies from Rebor because they're pretty similar in size, actually. They're very, very small, but they all three have articulated jaws, and they all look beautiful. Again, the paint on them done exceptionally well. The sculpting of the actual feathers done super, super nicely. Again, with Rebor, they love to put these golden eyes. I don't know why they are a fan of the gold eyes. I don't really like gold eyes on my dinosaurs, but I'll deal with it because they do look so nice. Otherwise, nice big black claws on them, all three of them. Actually, just take a look at them just like this. All three of them look super nicely done. They did a fantastic job with the entire clan of the Cerberus Clan, the Deinonychus. So fantastic job on those. The undersides of the bases, each one comes with the information on the underside, gives you the year 2016 from Rebor, and it also gives you the names. I don't remember which one is which, but one is Thrill, the one is Tooth, is Shoot. The underside of the Tenontosaurus, if you flip the whole, oops, move you out of the way for a second. If you flip the entire thing over, it gives you a nice little picture of the dinosaur, of his skeleton actually, which is one thing Rebor loves to do. Get out of the way, Acro. So there you go. Gives you a nice shot of the skeleton of the dinosaur, and again, the name. And you can see that it is 2/3 of the entire diorama. So they were advertising that this was going to be an entire diorama from the start. And then on the Acrocanthosaurus, who is renamed Hercules, you don't get a full shot of the entire acro, but a nice little shot of the skeleton inside the body of the dinosaur right there. So as I've said, absolutely fantastic diorama created here by Rebor. One thing I actually forgot to mention is that although the dinosaurs, the Deinonychus actually specifically is made of like this bendable material, you can actually pose, I'll get the arm out of the way there, oh, he doesn't want it out of the way. You can pose the head too, you can move it up or down, turn it left or right. The arms actually do come off completely, so if you happen to pop an arm off, it's no big deal. Oh, now he lost both arms. But if you actually do pop an arm off, they do go right back on. You don't have to think that you actually broke them, because as you can see, you could just slide the arm right back on. One thing that you can also do, which I'm sure most people know about at this point, is to put the Tenontosaurus head inside the mouth, which actually, there we go. This isn't a very level spot that as usual, I'm recording these on, so it's not sitting in there super well, but it normally does sit in there a tad nicer. So yeah, overall, absolutely awesome diorama. Beautiful figures. All of them are absolutely great. Very well detailed, very nicely painted. They all look beautiful. As far as the size goes, the highest point about 2.5 inches tall to their tail, 5 inches long. All of them are the same size. The Tenontosaurus we can't really get a good measurement on the length of because he is in 2 pieces. So that might be a little difficult to do. But on the actual corpse here, you're looking at about somewhere around the 9-inch range. So it's a nice sized corpse. This little part here is very small, a little over 2 inches. The Acro himself is a little curved, so he might be hard to do. But you're looking at somewhere close to a foot. The highest point of this dinosaur, a little under 5 inches. Nicely done, nice sized, beautiful models. I don't really recall the actual price of each one offhand. I will figure that out, put that in the description. And yeah, I mean, my recommendation is you should definitely get them. If you like dinosaurs, these are definitely high-class, museum-class models. All, like I said, fantastic sculpts, fantastic paint jobs. It creates a very cool diorama. So they're definitely a must-have in my opinion. Great job done by Rebor. So I will link you guys in the description as to where you can purchase these. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.